I'd like to invite now Bud Hall to recite one of his poems. And Bud Hall, Professor Hall is one of the founder of the K4C network that Isabel mentioned earlier. He's also a UNESCO chair in university community. Sorry, but I forgot the whole title. It's kind of complex. UNESCO University Community Partnerships, something like that, right? And Bud is really the guru in the field of community participatory research. You know, his work goes back decades. So we're honored to have Bud here tonight to share one of his poems.
Thanks, Leslie. It's great to be here, and takes me back to the 70s and when we launched our early work, the participatory research group in Toronto back in the late 1970s. And it's wonderful to see Alfred Jean-Baptiste, who was one of the young people that was working with us in those days, and to see that he's continued to do such extraordinary work through the Center for Community Learning in Toronto. I won't go on. Lovely to be with so many K4C mentors, and thank you everybody, Maggie and everybody. So my poem is called "Learning to Imagine." Learning to imagine. Learning is about our relationships, our communities, our places of work, our bioregions, our political structures, our planet, and our universe. It is about us. It is about the kind of work that we do, but above all, it is about the right to imagine. To imagine a context where we are each respected for who we are. To imagine a life of sufficiency and health. To imagine that all of our children could live without abuse. To imagine that violence or the fear of violence in the lives of all women and children would disappear. To imagine that race could be a code for creativity and contribution rather than a filter which excludes. To imagine relationships of harmony and rhythm with the earth. To imagine that differences in ability could be cherished for the gifts that they make possible. And to imagine that we have the courage to speak. But to be able to move forward on the right to imagine, we need to accept some quite simple and basic notions. That things are not okay the way they are. That we have the capacity to transform our lives. That the current global economic machine is killing humans and all other forms of life and puts the survival of the planet at risk. Ways in which we think construct our lives, and that our lives, including our race, our gender, our sexual orientation, our abilities, our age, our class, and relationships with the earth, construct the ways in which we think. And above all, to recall and to cherish the idea that the seeds of a transformed world exist within our communities, within our circles of friendship, within our schools, within our social movements, within our locations of resistance, and even among all of us who are here tonight for this wonderful celebration of the opening of the Knowledge Equity Lab. I dedicate this to everybody who's here for the launch party. Thank you.
Thank you, Bud. That was a nice gift. Thank you so much.